Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We'll start off this week in Somerset County for the annual President's Day Youth Rabbit Hunt.
It's then off to Kent County, Delaware for the first of 2 squirrel hunting competitions.
We'll head south to Gumboro for the second of those squirrel competitions.
And then we'll swing over to Bridgeville for a family fox hunt.
The Outdoors Delmarva Small Game Hunting Special starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch.
And we want to thank you for joining us this week as we feature small game hunting and those who participate in it.
And just to clarify, small game hunting like rabbits, squirrels, and a fox.
A reminder, though, that just because it looks like a friend, is shaped like a friend, is furry and fluffy like a friend,
just like Jason,
does not mean that it's a friend.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
We're all about the youth getting out into nature and experiencing different aspects of the outdoors life.
And so when our friend Tim Hamilton told us that the annual President's Day Youth Rabbit Hunt was still on for this year, well, we just hopped at the chance to attend.
Oh boy.
Anywhere from 8 to 10 kids on a trip. I think we've had as high as 12 here at one time. We try to make sure we have an adult to supervise each kid on the ground to make sure they know it's a learning experience. Exactly, like most of them have never done it, so they need that chaperone around to let them know when they can aim the gun at the target. And most of the time there's a pack of hounds on the ground, anywhere from 6 to 8, so we have to make sure none of the dogs are getting wounded or shot at or nothing like that. We got to make sure that the target is fair game and stuff like that. So we make sure that there's an adult for every kid that's got a gun in their hand that day. There's normally a solid group of guys that are willing to come help with that day.
So the rabbit was running really fast and I tried to shoot and the hair wasn't pulled back. So we pulled it back, then I shot, then it jumped and I hit him on the back of the leg. Then my dad had to run after and shoot it again.
Yeah, and then the dogs were after it.
Yeah, the dogs got after it and ended up...
not wanting to let it go.
No, the dogs didn't want to give it up. I had to go in there and get it. But the dog's doing a great job. Kind of been slow, but...
Yeah, talk about the weather today. Do you think this wind and the chilliness affects the hunt?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's hard for the dogs to stay on the trail with all the wind and how thick it is, and the rain really messes it up. They get on a rabbit and then they lose it because of the water. But it's been good so far today. Hopefully it'll keep up.
There's never been a cost or charge or anything like that. I just enjoy sharing the sport with the younger generations that if I didn't, I don't know if someone would ever see it.
The phrase multiply like rabbits is very real, but only under the right natural conditions.
And habitats for Delmarva's wildlife is disappearing at an alarming rate.
The battle for overdeveloping is everyone's fight, and we need all the help that we can get.
More from our Outdoors Delmarva Small Game Special when we return.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
We have 2 squirrel hunting competitions on the show this week.
And the first one takes place in Felton with the Mid-State Squirrel Classic.
Ian, this is a really neat event. Second year of it. Kind of give us a little bit of history about how this kind of came about.
Thank you. We're super proud of the event. It is the second annual Mid-State Squirrel Classic. It's a nonprofit hosted by Mid-State Outdoors, and it's a nonprofit that was built essentially to promote youth activities outdoors and raise money to put back into the community and with different people in need. We did a scholarship last year. We're able to do 2 scholarships this year. We're Christmas dinners, Thanksgiving dinners, all locally donated, and coats, families in need that we're finding, and we're just very, very grateful that people are able to come to us and we're able to help them out. So this is our second event that we've hosted. We plan on doing more. We're planning on broadening what we're doing with Mid-State for fundraisers to be able to raise more money to donate back in to our community. And if you're interested in assisting, obviously we're having subcommittees. Mid-State Outdoors 302 is our website. We have email attachments there. If you have any suggestions on how we can improve.
Let's go over what it is that they're doing here as far as going out, getting the hunts, and what they're trying to achieve today.
So it's each youth team has to have an adult member of the youth team. So not only are we obviously trying to promote a family atmosphere where whether you're hunting with your grandfather, your father, family friend, it's sharing your knowledge of the outdoors to these youth and allowing them to build on that and continue to hunt, continue to enjoy the outdoors, get away from a screen, and enjoy just nature as it is. And in return, coming in, they're getting to see a fairly large event where they're able to win raffle prizes, possibly door prizes, money prizes, and it's exciting for them. It's exciting for them to be able to throw their hat in the ring and see maybe they might win something, experiencing and gaining memories. On top of that, donating to a cause that is going to go right back, could be someone they know personally that may benefit from some of the money that's coming in.
Well, you gotta love a hunting competition that has its own mascot.
The second of our 2 squirrel hunting competitions will be along later in the show.
But up next, we'll head back to Scorchy's Corner when the Outdoors Delmarva Small Game Hunting Special returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, did you know that the word muskrat has ties to an Algonquin word that literally means it is red?
Jason, did you know that the muskrat is on the invasive species list in Europe?
Lauren, did you know that we're going to meet a muskrat trapper in this week's Remembering Scorchy Tells?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Shriver Mills of Golden Hill is a muskrat trapper. Some say he's one of the best who ever walked a trap line in the marshes of South Dorchester, and is certainly one of, if not the oldest.
I was 11 years old when I first started.
Now 75, Shriver Mills is a rare and wonderful character. Wiry as a gymnast, agile as a cat. A man who's never missed a year rooting out rats since the day he first began.
I look forward to it every year to go do it.
Does it bother you any walking these marshes?
No, sir. I can walk 8-9 hours a day. My legs is not even tired.
Shriver Mills is one lean muskrat machine. In his lifetime, he has caught enough muskrats to furnish fur coat fashion shows for several eons, and enough meat from them to feed the multitudes of marsh rabbit connoisseurs who have gathered in Church Hall since the days of the Puritans.
One year, I caught 3,300 by myself and skinned them, me and my wife, and sold them in the house.
This year, Shriver took on Dwayne Paul as a partner.
He wanted to go with me, so I told him, I said, we got to have around 1,000 traps. That's what I told him. He said, that man told me, he said, 150 is all you can tend to. I said, well, when I started the boy, I had 500 by myself.
At times, that many traps can produce a lot of muskrats.
I don't have no trouble getting rid of them. People come to ask me, said, how much is your rats? I said, I'm going to charge $2 for the meats, and I ain't going to lift the price, and I ain't going to lower it. And I never leave the house for the sale none. They come right down and pick them up.
Trapping is a tradition, as well as an integral part of the Mills family heritage. Shriver has hopes it will continue.
I had 2 girls, but I hope to live long enough that my grandsons, I have 2 grandsons, that maybe one of them will get to do it. Yes, sir.
As a lad of 11, Shriver Mills fell in love with mushy marshes, frosty mornings, the crunch of hip boots on thin ice, and muskratting. And 64 years later, as each day of walking his trap line comes to an end, he is already dreaming of tomorrow. Scorchy Dawes, wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
We're going to flip through the photo album and take a look at a few of your photos right now.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
A lot of firsts this week, and we begin with 10-year-old Lena Cantwell, who harvested this buck in Wicomico County on her first hunt.
8-year-old Stevie Moore of Delmar, pictured here with his dad David, harvested his first deer in the Laurel area.
11-year-old Brielle Bristow Walls of Milford poses with her first deer.
12-year-old Colby Fuoco of Frankfort got his first deer in the Dagsboro area while out with his grandfather.
8-year-old Caden Rains of Harrington harvested his first buck a day after his birthday. That's a pretty good present right there.
7-year-old Ryder Ward of Pittsville went hunting for the first time, and though he didn't get a deer, he did bag himself a squirrel.
Steve Faulkner Jr. of Denton took down this coyote in the Dorchester County area.
And 4-year-old Waylon Rents of Bridgeville went out for his first clamming trip and got himself quite a haul.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, it's time for a competition that screams Delmarva.
Oh, you mean the one whose name makes people stop in their tracks when they hear it?
The one and the same. We're talking about the Tree Rat Invitational.
For people that don't know and that have never been here, kind of explain how it got started.
So years ago when I was a kid, as a kid that went hunting a lot, I would look forward to going to the deer check-in stations just to talk hunting with other hunters, hear the stories and stuff like that. Well, with technology, as things evolve, you do everything online. There's not really an opportunity to meet up and just everybody get together and hunt, have fun. Let's hear your stories. Let's hear who missed, who got the big one, all that stuff. Kyle does a great job with the Whitetail Open, but this event here is like the grand finale before spring, right? This is the last weekend you can hunt. We wanted to make sure no deer hunting was going to be affected. So this is all, we always do it the last weekend of hunting season. Just one more chance to celebrate the outdoors. Final weigh-ins here, and you guys are the defending champions, right? Your team?
We are.
Yep. So how you think you made out?
I don't know. I think we did pretty good this year.
So Bridget right now is in third for the biggest individual, and Missy, her mom's in second, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. Let's see what you got.
Yep.
You get 6?
Yeah.
6 on them?
Yep.
45-18. 45-18. 8-11. That's the number 1.
Look at that squirrel.
Get outdoors, Delmarva. All right, Noah, did you have fun today, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you do?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. You got a whole bag full here. How many did you get?
I got 6.
Well, that's all you can get, man. Good job.
Is this your first time squirrel hunting? Yeah. We've been in this competition before.
Yeah, last year, and the year before, and the year before that.
What do you like most about it? What's your favorite part about hunting in general?
Just because, like, one, so we can get, like, a bunch of food, and, like, yeah, that's, like, probably the best parts. And, 2, because, like, it's just, like, really fun in general.
How was the day, man?
I was all right. Yeah, slow in the afternoon.
Yeah. Did you do any good this morning, I guess? That's when you got your...
Yeah, that's when I got most of them.
Gotcha.
They seemed to, like...
Your little brother just laid the bar pretty high, man. You think you're going to be able to compete? All right, let's see. How many you got in here?
6.
6. Louis Altizer, Eric. Yeah, little brother won.
This is the only time we really like go after squirrels, so I think it's fun to just do this, even if it's just once a year.
Yeah. I like this part of it. You know, you get around, just hanging out and everybody hear the stories and stuff. Yeah.
Are you and your brother in the same spot?
Yeah, he just lucked out.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, he just is better. He better. That's what it is, Outdoors Delmarva. Top dog, the most coveted prize here tonight. First place adult total weight, $1,500, Miss Bridget Bittner. Come on up, Bridget. Every money that's paid in here, we give back, right? We keep a couple hundred out to feed them, you know, give money or for food and drinks. But this year there was a local police officer who just passed away. So we always try to find someone we can help. So we raffled off a gun. And just to see the people coming out to want to help out, you know, yeah, we're here to hunt and have fun, but let's do some good while we're at it. And that's my favorite part, is when we can all just pull together. Don't matter what religion you are, what political party you are, we can just pull together and be hunters and do some good in the community. So that's it for me.
The Bittner family is certainly Tree Rat royalty.
Now, don't go anywhere, because we've got one more special adventure to share with you when the Outdoors Delmarva Small Game Hunting Special returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
Lauren, we each went on our own individual fox hunts, and despite the one that I saw being about 250 yards away, yours actually went a little better.
Well, for a while there, I was getting a little nervous myself, but we did have a flighty fox come in just in time.
My husband and I have been taking our son Riker hunting since he was 3 years old. Last year, he mentioned he wanted to harvest his own animal. So we've been practicing. He's been lining up the gun, and we've been honing in on gun safety. It was the last day of fox hunting season in Delaware, so we decided to spend the afternoon together and see if we could check a box off Riker's wish list. For a while, we were not seeing anything except birds flying around us, which doesn't fare well for my impatient kiddo. In fact, the weekend prior, we took him fox hunting, and he fell asleep after being in the stand for only 20 minutes.
Anytime we need him to go to sleep, we just need to bring him to the deer stand. Quiet. He goes to sleep every time.
We tried keeping him more entertained this go-around by practicing lining up a shot and asking him where on the fox's body he should aim.
You gotta be really quick with a fox. They run real fast, okay? So get up there and try again. Pretend that he's moving a little bit. Get your finger away from the trigger. No, get your finger underneath until you're ready to shoot. Okay? So pretend he's moving. He's on the other side of the ditch. Move on the other side of the ditch. Other side, he's on the other side.
His little shooting sound effects make me giggle. Riker and Jordan had discussed before that if a fox was to come from the opposite direction, that Dad would take the shot instead. And that's exactly what happened. A sly fox decided to come from the opposite direction.
Here you go, the ditch. Ready?
In which window were you ready out of? On that side. And which way did the fox come tonight?
The opposite side.
So who had to shoot?
It was dirty.
Daddy had to shoot.
Okay, well this one was coming fast, right? It was coming down the lane of the ditch bank.
Yeah, and then Daddy shot the right thing.
They eat the baby turkeys.
Oh.
So that's why we gotta kill the fox so they don't eat any of the baby turkeys.
So you have plenty of turkeys to shoot with Daddy and Papa for hunting season, right?
And you're going hunting with us this year, aren't you?
I hope Riker always remembers these hunts, whether they're successful or not, as a fun way to spend time with his family.
We really enjoy taking Riker out on hunts with us, and he does have some high hopes of harvesting his first animal this year, so we'll see if the opportunity presents itself next time.
Well, congratulations to you, Jordan and Riker, on a very successful family hunt, and we look forward to seeing big things from all of you in the future.
We hope you enjoyed our small game hunting special.
And we hope to see you right back here again next week. But until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine, Bell Creek Equipment, and Range Time.